ladies, and be careful. Be careful with your coochie and be careful with your purse strings. I don't know quite what it means, but I know that it's heinous as shit. Anything, have pity for me and help me find a husband. Cream of the crop and blah, 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 blah. She's gonna think I'm on crack. Good morning. The lighting in here. What should we be talking about? Welcome to my virtual experiment. I don't know how I feel. I don't know how I feel about this whole new setup, but I'm trying something new in an effort to kind of be a little bit, have a little bit more time to kind of, you know, dialogue with y'all, whatever, especially when I'm running around rushing here and rushing there. So today we are in my supply closet at work. I don't think I'm supposed to be doing this, but we're gonna be doing it just for a little while, just so I can see how I feel about it. Yesterday I don't know how I feel about the lighting in here. It's pretty bad. I didn't notice how bad the lighting was here until like right now, but this is the best that I got. I tried a couple different positions so far, and this is the best that I think I could give y'all right now. So we're just gonna work with it in the meantime. Wow, it's really bad. Maybe if I gotta put y'all down a little bit. Not really. It's pretty horrendous. If I do this a little bit, no real difference really. It's just bad. Anyways, so last night I as y'all see, we made some of that chicken, the fowl chicken, and I think it came out pretty decent. Of course, today I forgot to bring it with me while I was rushing out or whatever. I'm really bad at like getting organized to kind of prepare and like pack for like the next day and stuff like that, like packing early or whatever, like lunch and all that stuff. I'm really trying to get better at it, but so far I'm pretty bad at it. But the chicken turned out to be okay. It took a long time to cook, like what, 4 pieces of chicken it came out to be. The breast, I ate it while like when it was kind of almost done, basically, before I put it in, like made like a sauce out of it or whatever. And the, what else? And then like after that, after the breast, it really came down to like what, 2 wings, and then the thighs or whatever they're called, or whatever, the other flaps. And that's really it. So that was not a lot of bang for my buck. I also learned that I need better knives for sure, but I just can't, I just won't be investing money in knives right now. The knives that I have will just have to do. But I definitely struggled with that. It's gonna be interesting to see how I'm able to edit that video. But either way, I am glad that I was able to kind of get it going. I think I like the cooking videos, so I think we might do a little bit more of that. Hopefully y'all like it too. Other than that, I don't really have much else going on. I thought I was supposed to start one of my clinicals today, but again, I messed up the schedule. Well, not really messed up, it actually starts next week. So that gives me a little bit more opportunity to kind of get some work done that is due tomorrow for my first day of lecture. So I will be getting to that today. And yeah, guys, I've been working on also a little introduction. I think my introduction might be something around the realms of like, hey, welcome to my virtual experiment. Yeah, because I really want this to be like an experiment. I really want to have the mindset of this whole situation being an experiment, to really see if the internet can change your life for real, like everybody claims that it has done for them. And I want to see if it could do the same for me too. And I think yeah, I think that's going to be part of my introduction, so that people know off the bat, like, I'm just figuring this out, you know what I mean? I'm not trying to portray myself to be somebody that I'm not. I'm just figuring out this whole internet thing. So anyways, I will check back in with y'all, I guess, a little bit later on in the day. I don't know, maybe I'll try to find something that we can go do before the day ends to kind of change the scenery or whatever. And that's it. I really, really, really hate this lighting. So I kind of, okay. So I want to start talking a little bit about current topics while... Alright, first things first. My skin, I haven't showed it to you guys yet, but I did get my new skincare, my new face wash and toner in. And I've been using them over the past couple days, and I don't know about y'all, I feel like I already see a difference in my skin and my face and everything. Even like my little situation here, even though it might still show up for you guys, but there's definitely been a drastic difference in them, and it's gone down a little bit. And the rest of my complexion is slowly clearing up already with just a couple days of using my new wash. I'm convinced. I don't know if I'm just making it up or imagining things. I don't think I'm imagining it, but it's definitely, I think it's definitely clearing up the situation that I have here, and I'm very, very grateful about that. I will be showing you guys this these couple of things that I got in I don't know, probably hopefully sooner than later, but I kind of want to do it somewhat in a strategic way to kind of sort of like in a way to kind of put myself out there from what I understand. Because don't forget, this is an experiment. I'm going to keep on reminding you guys every chance that I get that this is literally an experiment that I'm doing. So from what I understand, like YouTube, when I'm talking about an experiment, I mean like YouTube is an experiment. So I think that if I present my skincare properly, or the new things that I buy, the new finds that I've been using and how they've been working for me, if I present them properly enough, maybe I'll get more interactions with you guys and more people will start coming in or whatever. And then hopefully in that way that'll eventually lead to, again, I don't expect this anytime soon, but that'll lead into, like, you know, the sponsorships and whatnot. That's how I understand that it works. So I am going to show you guys who's texting. Some of my classmates are texting right now. It sure is. I am going to... So basically I'm just trying to be strategic with some of the things that I start showing you guys, and really how I start interacting with you guys all together. So other things though that I find that will kind of help us kind of engage a little bit is talk about hot topics, current things that are going on, other things besides like my skincare and cooking. I want to kind of dibble dabble into like what's going on around the internet also. And again, me just sharing my thoughts on things going around on the internet is really just like a way for me to kind of hopefully attract some more followers. It's not like I use the tea that goes on the internet or whatever, or the blogs, just kind of as my own form of like slight entertainment when I need something to entertain myself. But like I feel like in respects to kind of growing on YouTube, I think that it might be good for me to kind of start talking about current topics a little bit here and there, and I don't know, maybe that might help as well. Maybe not. But what I do want to start on is this Shirley Strawberry situation. Have y'all been keeping up with it? I haven't really necessarily been keeping up with the whole situation, but it is quite interesting. Now, I haven't looked up what exactly is her husband like arrested for, and like why is he in jail. Let's look it up together. Is his last name Strawberry? I wrote Ernesto Strawberry charges. Let me Google it instead of putting it on YouTube. Oh my God. This is kind of crazy. Guys, these charges are kind of off the chain. I just don't want it to like fall. Wow. But is it good enough to stick? It is sticking. Like, really sticking. Hey guys, so this is kind of dope actually. So I think I want to talk to you guys about definitely legit has a show going in her car, her own. Like, do you know what I'm saying? No, I can't put it there. This is kind of really dope. The fact that I'm able to have you guys this close to me while I'm vlogging is crazy. Only downside is now you guys get a close-up version of my bad side. Guess who has y'all mounted? Guess who finally got her camera mount? It's a little bit on the closer side of things, maybe a little closer than I would prefer to have you guys. I think I might want to move this one. Okay, so this is kind of dope, y'all. I think I'm kind of liking this vibe a little bit. We are going to be able to kind of chop it up and parlay right here, and I am here for it. So guys, I finally have you mounted, and I just can't believe it. I feel like with y'all mounted here, I am legit one step closer to becoming a legitimate influencer, online person, becoming like a legitimate online person, you know what I mean? Oops. Hey guys, notice anything different? I'm so excited about this. I have you guys mounted on my windshield, and it is literally, I feel like this is the best thing since sliced bread, honestly and truly. I wish I had this a long time ago. I feel like this makes it a whole lot easier to kind of parlay with y'all, whatever, and kind of, you know what I mean, create a little vibe or whatever. I just pray to God that this thing does not fall off my windshield and break my camera. Lord Jesus, please. I'm gonna figure out a way to kind of create like some kind of cushion or something of the sort, so that when I am talking to y'all, whatever, just in case something crazy happens with the sticky stuff or whatever. Because I'm not gonna lie, so I ordered these kind of things from Temu, the windshield holder things from Temu, and it wasn't like the greatest quality. I think I'm noticing from Temu, yeah, it sounds great, prices are low, but I'm starting to realize that the quality might reflect the prices. But even though with that being said, I feel like it's holding pretty good so far. I'm just really excited to have you guys up so that we could chit chat or whatever. Thank God I brought 2 different sizes, because I did buy 2 different like screw sizes, parts to screw to the camera. I learned it to come in different sizes or whatever, and I didn't know what size fit my camera, so I bought both. Thank God one of them did fit. The other one does not fit, which is fine, I think. I think I could interchange them if anything too, so if like this sticky stuff kind of gives out or whatever, I should be able to, checking my GPS, I should be able to change the piece or whatever so that I could just throw on the other one. I'm probably gonna order a couple of more of these things just in case for the future, but so far I am pretty happy with the results of what I have. What else can I say? So number one, I want to say shout out to Miss Jamima, definitely putting your girl on, my little friend in my head or whatever. Thank you, girl. I appreciate you. You might have changed the game for me, and I am so grateful. Already I feel so much more loose. I feel like I could give you guys so much more. Do you know what I mean? So much more of the energy and the vibes or whatever the case is, you know? So I am hype about it. There are police everywhere nowadays, y'all, so I need to chill out. That is definitely one of the boys, I think, so I'm gonna chill out and not go too crazy. I suspect that that's police. Yeah, so that car could go in front of them, and I'll go in the other direction. So guys, other than all of that, I suspect that guy's police, but I'm not sure about it. So I was just actually watching the Housewives reunion finale. I didn't finish it quite yet, but so far, you know, so I did do a little chit chat. Another vlog of mine was already discussing how I felt about the Atlanta girls, and I was just saying in that vlog that, like, you know, I was liking it and I didn't understand why everybody was so upset with the season and this and that. I thought it was pretty decent, and you know, I mean, it wasn't the best, obviously, right? But I thought it was decent for what it was, you know? So, but watching this finale right now definitely made me realize that it might not be. I think I am happy that they are rebooting the show. I'm kind of giving a little bit, I feel like the reunion is kind of giving somewhat of corny vibes. Do you know what I mean? I feel like the girls are just, I don't know, they're bringing a type of energy that I feel like they should have had probably while they were filming the, I was gonna say filming the season, you know what I mean? But they didn't have any of that during the season, so I think it's kind of weird that, like, now everybody's hyped during the reunion, like as if it kind of means anything, you know what I mean? Especially now, considering that we know they are going to be rebooting the show. And apparently we learned that the cast knew about this reboot for quite some time now. So I think it's kind of weird that knowing you're being rebooted, knowing you're all basically fired, and now you're, like, I don't know, coming with all the smoke all of a sudden, calling each other out their names and just kind of going, I don't know, it's kind of weird to me. I like the energy, let me say, I like the energy. I thought the energy was good, but it was, in my opinion, it seems kind of misplaced, you know what I mean? Like, y'all should have been doing this throughout the season, giving each other the smoke, not waiting until the reunion, sitting on thing or whatever, and that's when everybody comes with their rehearsed reads, or their rehearsed lines, or their rehearsed comebacks or whatever. I think that's corny. So I changed my mind, I changed my opinion. I'm glad the show's getting a reboot. And I just, hopefully the reboot is good. And I hope there's black women. I hope there's a black cast again. So I just paused it when they were about to start talking about Drew and Ralph. Ralph is about to come out or whatever, so I haven't seen that part quite yet. But so far, I feel like that whole situation is just really, really weird. As we all know, Drew's a liar, and that kind of makes it a whole lot more difficult to, like, kind of pick a side, you know what I mean? Not really pick a side, but kind of see, like, you know, who did what, or who's telling the truth, or who's kind of fabricating things or whatever. So it just makes it really, really hard. But we also do know that Ralph gaslights the shit out of her. But now that we know that she's also like a pathological liar, it's kind of like, okay, is he just kind of adjusting to whatever your temperature is? Like, is this just like a little tango y'all do and you've been doing it for years and we're just trying to catch up? See, the problem is for me when it comes to Drew, I actually was really, really good friends with a pathological liar, and it just makes things very, very difficult in general. Having a genuine relationship with somebody like that is just really, really, really hard. I hate when, like, I'm driving and I know that these big ass, like, 18-wheelers or bigger are not supposed to be in the fast lane, the far left lane. I know that. I don't know how it is in other states. So, like, this big ass commercial truck being in this far lane slowing people down is really irritating me, because I know you're not supposed to be doing that. They're supposed to stay, like, towards the right lane and maybe like the middle if they have to switch over, but they're definitely not supposed to be in the far left lane. And this is the second time today that I see this big ass commercial vehicle just chilling in the far left lane. Like, where are the, like, authorities? You know what I mean? It's really fucking with my mojo. And it's starting to rain a little bit out here, and I feel like people get really, really, really ridiculous in the rain. Like, really ridiculous in the rain. I don't know about how it is where y'all live at. But anyways, knowing or having a relationship with a pathological liar in any facet of the word, like whether it's like just a friendship or like a lover's relationship kind of thing, is just difficult because you never really know when they're doing the thing. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, so when it comes to Ralph and Drew, I you know, you just kind of look, because I think Ralph might be a pathological liar as well. You know what I mean? Who was the primary liar? We don't know, and I don't think we're gonna ever know. You know what I mean? So yeah, so I'm really interested to see how that conversation goes. You already see her, in the previews we see her storm off or whatever. I hope that's not basically the gist of everything, you know what I mean? I hope that there's actually some kind of dialogue that like we could kind of digest or whatever, or inspect, or whatever you want to call it, you know what I mean? We'll see. I am 100% loving this vibe. Like, this is totally a vibe right now. Do y'all feel this vibe? Like, I'm here for it. I'm here for this. Hopefully my camera, because you guys are upside down technically, so hopefully my camera like adjusts when I do upload y'all, whatever. But I should be, even if it doesn't adjust, like I should be able to rotate y'all, right? I hope this isn't like a waste of footage. Yeah, y'all. What else do I want to talk to y'all about? I don't really know. 40B is my exit. Alright, let me go and see if I could watch the episode a little bit. I will clock in with y'all a little bit in a little while.
Mark did when I told him about some other housewives saying or doing something, and he was like, oh, well, you're a big girl, you can handle yourself. It's the same exact response. Like, you side with her enemies. Courtney has all this ammunition against her, all this stuff that she's saying. She could have only gotten that from you.
Good job. You have said your piece, Drew. Seriously. Finish up strong. You got it. You got it, Drew.
Oh my God.
You good?
What's the name? You are colluding with her enemy at this point, because you know that she doesn't get along with her.
Actually, how it really happened
You're supporting her enemy.
It's not about supporting. It's not support. First and foremost, how
Where's
we came
the loyalty?
together. Courtney came in, my cousin. I'm talking to her. We're building our own relationship.
You don't even know that woman.
Checking.
I just feel like, you know, being that I have been in a marriage that's very somewhat similar to yours, and how you respond to her, there's so many similarities in that when I see you guys interact, and I'm just trying to get you to see things from a different perspective that's not coming from Drew, but someone who's lived in a situation like that. That's all. I'm not trying to.
How long were you married?
2 years. Does that matter to you how long it was?
It does.
How?
Because
so now you're going to discount my feelings and my experience because it's not been as long as yours?
It's not about just discounting things. It's just that I think
that doesn't have anything to do with the behavior that I'm witnessing from you now.
All right. Before we move on, is there anything either of you want to say to each other? No?
I do want to say that, Drew. I mean, as mentioned, I love you, and I have loved you. Ideally, I just want to see you happy. I mean, that's something that means the world to me. I want to see you happy, and whatever that actually does mean.
All right. Drew, I understand you have a new song you want to share with us. Do you want to tell us what it's about?
It was a song I wrote just when Ralph and I were going through our issues, and I really
used music as like my own therapy because I didn't always feel like I could express it. So music's always been that for me, but this song is definitely one that
y'all
captures what we were going through.
What's it called?
It's called Throw Us Away.
All right. We're going to reset, and then we're going to hear Drew's song.
All right. Y'all. Okay. So that Drew and Ralph situation definitely is something. Okay. I feel bad for Drew. I do feel bad. Granted, even though she's a liar and whatever, she does not deserve that. Nobody deserves that. Especially, you know, on camera. That was hard to watch. That was definitely hard to watch. And, I don't think I'm really good at reviewing shows, y'all. My camera's gonna die soon. I don't know if this is gonna be today's vlog. Me just kind of I don't know, saying random things. I might discard this. Good morning. Oh, I think oh shit. Good morning. Do y'all notice a difference at all? Number one, I want to shout out to the plug. The plug being Miss Jemima. Like, you guys are on my windshield. Y'all are mounted on my windshield. I'm so excited. You look so good. I feel so official with it. And, you know, I just want to shout out to the mother effing plug, Miss Jemima. You the GOAT. Shout out to you. Even though, y'all, she's my friend in my head, she definitely put me onto this. Not directly, but indirectly. So like I told y'all a while back that I was kind of trying to look at like my people that I really, really like and I watch their vlogs or whatever. I kind of try to use a different lens in watching it or whatever. So that I'm kind of like trying to pick up some techniques, or like maybe I could catch something in the background that might help me kind of progress in my journey too or whatever. Or like maybe I might look at how they edit, or maybe at their thumbnail a little bit. Like I just kind of think a little bit more when I'm watching some of my favorite vloggers. So while I was watching Miss Jemima's vlog a couple weeks back, she had on her, I don't know how I ended up seeing it. I think she was, I don't know what she was doing, but somehow one thing led to another. She flipped over some camera. I don't know if she has two cameras or what. Maybe I should go back and look at that, because I definitely commented on it to verify what I think I saw. And I think I mentioned to you guys how her response kind of made me happy or whatever, because like she was just really, really friendly with her response in my comment. But anyhow, old girl put me on to this little situation here, putting like the suction cups or whatever on the windshield, and basically recording upside down with y'all. And last night I didn't like really attempt to like upload a vlog or whatever upside down, because I did test this out last night a little bit, but I feel like I was just so excited and so worked up. I feel like I was just saying a whole bunch of nothing, so I don't think I'm gonna post any of that. But I did take a moment to like look into my iMovie to see if there's an area where I could kind of rotate my video, and I can. So your girl is thrilled. I'm excited. I feel like this is definitely a step up. This definitely changes the game for me. My only worry though is that I don't want the suction, because I got this suction thing from Temu, and I just don't want the suction to give out on me, breaking my camera. So that's kind of really scary to me. So I'm gonna be constantly kind of checking to make sure that it's secure. Well, I should be constantly checking to make sure that it's secure and that everything kind of looks copacetic. Is copacetic still a word? Do people still use copacetic? Is that a word? Or did I just make that up? I'm not too sure. But anyhow, game has been changed for real. Shout out to Miss Jemima, you a real one. You didn't know you were kind of leading the sheep, but you led me, honey. I'm sure you didn't realize that you were doing the Lord's work, but I'm here to tell you right now, you've done good, my child. She's gonna think I'm on crack. Yeah. Come on, guys. I'm definitely riding dirty. I can't be passing by the police like this. My inspection sticker's expired. I really gotta get it done. I think I'm gonna get it done this week. Other than that, y'all, I am really excited. I don't know what else we finna talk about, but you on the windshield, I don't know what else we finna talk about, but you on the windshield chilling, and this just creates more opportunity for us to kind of a parlay or whatever, you know what I mean? In a more comfortable setting, do you know what I mean? Hands free. I could give you gestures. I could give you expression. You know what I mean? I could give you me, essentially. You see how I'm like, I wasn't able to do that if I was holding the camera like this, do you know what I mean? So this is the vibe. This is definitely, like, you know, the vibe your girl's been going for or whatever. And yeah, I suggest you girls, hopefully y'all are on here because you are interested in my little experiment, my little YouTube experiment or whatever. And hopefully you plan on embarking on the same journey. And if you are, get you a suction cup windshield holder thingy. Word from the wise. So yesterday, when I try to put y'all up and started kind of rambling, but I was, like I said, I was just so excited. Like, I feel like I said a whole lot of nothing. Cause I was just, I get like that sometimes. Like, whenever I turn y'all on, like, I feel like I just get really, really, really excited. And that excitement turns into me just being all over the place and not really saying much of anything, but saying a lot at the same time. But absolutely nothing also at the same time. And that's something that I realize about myself, and I just need to be a little bit more conscious. Well, I am. Like, I even do it in person with real people, guys. Like, I get so, and my words just get so twisted, my list comes out even more, then my tongue gets tied even more, and like, it's crazy. It's crazy. I feel like my tongue gets in the way even more. Like, it's crazy. My tongue gets in the way, my lisp gets extra heavy, and like, I just can't, it's just a lot at once. So sometimes I just have to be like, okay, hold on, let me calm down and process my thoughts. So I wanted to kind of sort of touch a little bit on this Shirley Strawberry and Mr. Ernesto situation, y'all. Wow. Yeah, so yesterday while I was on camera with y'all, whatever, I tried to start to look up Mr. Ernesto's charges. And it's kind of a lot. It's kind of a lot. It's a little bit like, should I say disturbing? I don't know if I can say disturbing quite yet, because I don't really know the details of it, right? But he has been in jail for over a year for these crimes that they say he committed, for this list of stuff that they say he's been involved in. Automatic pow-pows. Look at me using YouTube terminology or whatnot. Pow-pow? Like, and I even hesitate to say that. You know what I mean? I don't know if it's a good sign that I'm like watching my words, or that I've just been obsessed with YouTube for way too long. But anyways, talking about multiple automatic POWs. He was also involved in things with, you know, young human being, young, can I even say the word children? Young children, apparently. Selling people. What else do I remember seeing? There's a word I don't quite understand what it means, but it's one of those words that they use on like Law and Order SVU when they're investigating a crime and somebody has done something heinous. There's a word that they use with an S. He did that. I don't know quite what it means, but I know that it's heinous as shit. And what else? A whole bunch of other nonsense. I say all that to say, as I was kind of reflecting on some of it, I didn't spend too much time on this crap now. But I did, and I guess last night there was another tape release. Like, yo, this phone call for jail is on this lady's ass. It's insane. But she also did say that apparently, like, the phone call stopped last April, so it seems like they're gonna start to be less and less probably by the end of this year. I guess I heard yesterday, in the beginning of whatever yesterday's tape that dropped, they were saying that the phone calls became a lot fewer, and in between fewer from February to I think April 2023. So I'm assuming around December, January, December this year, maybe January 24, they're going to kind of chill out with the videos. But I think they're gonna keep coming. I think they're gonna keep coming. And yesterday, Steve Harvey and Shirley got on their radio show, whatever, and gave some sort of statement, I guess, which was interesting. And Steve, I'm not clowning old dude. I don't know any of these people, all right? I'm just talking. I thought what I observed from that tape, I was sitting at work listening to Steve and Shirley talk about this or whatever, and I feel like Steve seemed awfully, you know, very much panties in a bunch, upset, you know, upset with the blogging girls. And I don't quite understand why. I mean, I guess, like he said, I could understand if it was me being talked about, right? Then I would understand completely, right? And probably be just as frustrated, upset. But hindsight, and considering that he's in this industry that I know nothing about, right? I'm just making assumptions and making my own little amateur observations or whatever. But it seems like to me that he should be more versed in this world and kind of understand that the girls online are just commenting. They have a story. First of all, they had a story, and if I remember correctly, well, maybe not in this situation, but I feel like some celebrities tend to get really upset when we're speaking, when the blog, I said we, I am not a blogger, honey. when the bloggers are kind of speaking on whatever's going on in their life, they got some information, they got some intel, more than likely from your camp, someone inside, and when they start talking about it, everybody's upset, everybody got their opinions in a bunch, you know what I mean? But then you try to deny it, try to say, no, that's not true, not true, not true, not true, not true. And then later on you have to come out and say, actually, it was true. So, egg on your face, do you know what I mean? So that part is just really interesting to me. Like, I feel like when celebrities get overly upset with bloggers and whatnot, it kind of, that's a sign that the bloggers might be onto something. From what I see on my like little, I'm a consumer, all right? I watch YouTube, I watch the girls, I consume the intel or whatever, or the information and the entertainment purposes of it all or whatever, because everything's allegedly, right? But that's what they heard. The streets were talking. The streets have been talking for a lot of these girls. People like, you know, should I dare to say, like the whole Tasha and Cardi B situation, like I don't know. I'll just leave that one alone. But, you know, I feel like bloggers are just doing their thing and everything they say ends up being true. A lot of the time. Probably not every single time, but a lot of the time, whatever they say, after you get upset, you're giving strikes on their channel, you this, you that, you this, you that, you upset, you suing them for $4 million. Come to find out, it's all true. Like, you know what I mean? So it's weird to me. So I say all that to say, I really, 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 really hope that Steve and Marjorie don't pop out talking about we're getting a divorce anytime soon. Because if they do, it's gonna be like, okay, Steve, you did all that for what? For what? All the girls are saying the same thing. They're all lying on you. Why would they all lie on you? Do you know what I mean? And I'm not talking directly to Steve Harvey, like I told y'all. I don't know any of these people. I am not in any type of industry or anything like that. What I'm saying is that, like, because everything that I watch or I consume, I kind of try to relate it to like my real life or whatever. A lot of the things that I consume in general, I try to relate it to my real life, because these essentially are like people's real life, right? So I don't know why I brought that part up. Oh, I was saying that, like, I just feel like people that have something to prove, right? Like, if somebody's lying on you with some nonsense, I think a mature person that's kind of doesn't really have anything to hide would be like, girl, bye. You know what I mean? Like, Beyonce don't reply to any of the nonsense, right? She just kind of lives her life and does what she got to do. And people come at her, come for her. But she doesn't really reply like that. She just kind of minds her business. So, but when you feel the need to kind of make statements and send strikes out and, you know, curse people out and kind of belittle their job and like how they make their money or whatever and their resources or whatever the case is, and try to make it so minuscule, it's kind of like, why are you so upset? Are you upset because your tea is out? Do you know what I mean? It's something that I told, like, for example, this kind of thing makes me think about a homegirl that I used to have who would do things like that, and it was like a normal thing for her. She would say things like, how I noticed it, she would say things to me like, oh, you didn't post about it, so did it really happen? Or this or that, or kind of like, I didn't post about this, or I didn't post that, or she would tell me about like how this person posted this, but the reason why they posted it is because we just got into it about blah, 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 blah. So like, everybody has an alternative motive a lot of the time. And I just feel like, and I told her at one point, I'm like, you know, have you noticed, we were talking about relationships, that was like a lot of the topics that we talked about a lot of the time. And she was in a relationship, I wasn't. And but me knowing, right, what's going on behind the scenes, not a lot, but the little gist that I knew about behind the scenes, I knew that if she posted some kind of like people, well, you know, let me not even go through all that. I'll keep it general. I told her at one point while we were chit-chatting or whatever, I don't know who we saw online, or was it, I don't know what it was online that we were looking at, but it was like about couples and posting little heartfelt tributes and that type of stuff. And I said to him, like, you know, have you noticed that people in real, what I consider, or what we may have considered at the time, real, authentic, genuine, healthy relationships, those people don't feel the need, from my perspective, those people don't feel the need to post these elaborate, you know, oh my soul, thank you for doing this for me, and every little thing that the person does to them, they post about it, and thank you for doing this, and oh, you're so good, and you're so great, and cream of the crop, and blah, 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 blah. Over my years online, I feel that people that do that type of thing end up being full of shit later on. We end up realizing that it was all BS, you know what I mean? They were probably going through some shit, or they end up breaking up and now it's huge drama between them, or whatever the case, you know what I mean? It just shows that it just wasn't genuine. While on the other hand, successful relationships that I know personally, they barely post about their relationship. Do you know what I mean? They barely post about like what's going on, all these little tributes, all these little, ooh, look what I got today. Do you know what I mean? They really don't do much of those things. So, of course, after I said that, she got upset because she was one of those tribute posters and whatever, and, you know, all that stuff. But it's true. I feel like going back to the Shirley thing or whatever, and Steve, I'm really talking about Steve right now, not even Shirley and Ernesto, I'm not even on that yet. Steve, I feel like you're going everywhere to kind of talk about, no, it's not true, it's not true, it's not true, it's not true, it's not true. Why you wanna like beat it into us so bad that it's not true? If it's not true, continue living your fabulous life. And we'll realize eventually it was all just bullshit. You know what I mean? Just let it ride. It's the internet. Let it ride, and we're going to go on to the next subject. But when you start striking people's channels, saying little emotional things on your show, on one show, then you go on another show to say more things, then you want to go back and strike more channels, then you want to belittle people a little bit because of what they're saying, then you want to get emotional and throw God into it. Like, something's not good in the water. Do you know what I mean? Something's going on in those waters over there. Because it doesn't make sense for me to feel like you have to do all that if y'all are really solid. Now, with all that being said, don't listen to a damn thing I was saying, because I ain't got no man, okay? I got friends, but I ain't got no man. So maybe I'm an idiot. You know what I mean? Maybe I don't know what I'm talking about. Don't be upset with me, Mr. Harvey. I heard about what you're doing on these YouTube streets. If anything, have pity for me and help me find a husband. Maybe then I can understand what you're going through and why you're so upset. You know what I mean? Maybe I'm just talking out my behind. I don't know. I'm just saying. You know what I mean? I don't know. I don't know. So don't get upset with me. Have pity on me, and maybe I need some direction. You know what I mean? I'm not a bum, Mr. Harvey. You know what I mean? So please don't get upset with me. I'm just starting off. Anyways. Oh Lord. Oh, you guys, ain't nobody watching me anyways. I'm thinking to myself, what's going through my head is, oh my God, am I starting drama on the YouTube streets? Am I the drama? No, I'm not the drama. Ain't nobody watching me. I literally have 5 subscribers as I'm talking to y'all, and 2 of them are me and moi. So, now, on to this Shirley and Ernesto thing. Y'all, this is really scary. Cause, okay, as a single woman, right? I'm out in these streets, I'm dating, I'm meeting men, obviously. I'm like, you know what I mean? I'm out here. And I've met a lot of interesting characters over my years. Look at this. So, like, people cause so much traffic. It's weird. People just cause traffic. Just cause traffic. And then when you want to speed up and cut them off, that's when they want to kind of speed up too. I hate forcing people to drive. Why are you in this lane if you don't want to drive? But now when you notice that I want to pass you, that's when you want to speed it up. This lady's really pissing me off, y'all. I was saying to you guys, this Shirley and Ernesto thing, is really, really scary for somebody like me. So you meet this guy, he portrays to be whatever, from what Shirley has given us. She's given us innocent, I don't know what's going on, and I kind of find that hard to believe. Because I feel like with all the charges that he has or whatever, it's just weird to think that you had no idea whatsoever that this is who you've been sleeping with all these years. It just doesn't make sense at all. So, so imagine though, but still, like I told you guys, like I try to kind of mirror everything to kind of my life a little bit, in some sort of way or fashion or whatever. So with Shirley and Ernesto, like imagine you are with somebody for a long time. When it comes to this Shirley and Ernesto situation, it is very scary to me. Because I feel like in general, I've met a lot of men who portray themselves one way, and it turns out that it is actually the exact opposite. And it does take a little while to kind of figure out, like, okay, you are 100% full of BS and everything you say is a lie, and that's not really what it is, and you say this but you mean this, but you're saying this but you're doing that. Like, you start to notice men pattern. Men aren't really, you know, it's not difficult to pick up their pattern, right? It doesn't take years and years and years to pick up their pattern, from my experience. So imagine being with somebody, but the thing is that makes it tricky, right? If you got somebody that's smooth enough, and they choose you, and you are just happy to be there, and you fall in love, that's what makes it hard. That's where the problem begins, right? Because it seems like Shirley, in my opinion, from what I see. Outside looking in the club, I don't know. I've never heard about this lady until people started talking about this strawberry thing, which I didn't understand until, oh! Now I get it. Now I get it a little bit more, whatever. So when love comes into play and a woman just kind of feeling like, oh, you chose me. Like, you know what I mean? When a pick-me gets chosen by someone that seems kind of dapper, swaggy, cool or whatever, that's when the blinders come on heavy. You hear me? Real heavy. And I think that maybe that's what's going on. Not to say that she doesn't know anything that's been going on. I don't think she was a willing participant. I think that she kind of just turned away and chose not to see what the hell was going on in her household. You know, when it comes to topics of her daughter and things that he is accused of when it comes to her daughter, it's just disgusting. It's really disgusting. And the way that she is seemingly kind of sticking by his side is even more disgusting. But like, we don't know the details. I don't really know. I haven't really stayed too much or focused too much on that part of the conversation, because I feel like parents that do that kind of thing, it's kind of weird to me and I don't quite understand it. So things that are kind of beyond my mental capacity, I just kind of stay away from them. You know what I mean? I can't believe how late I'm getting to work again. My manager's such a good person, yo. But yeah, so, but it's not even about being a good person. I'm late as shit to work all the time. She's gonna have to get me one day. Or I need to straighten out and fix this. Or y'all could subscribe to me and get your girl out of this whole clock in, clock out situation sooner than later. Por favor. So at least maybe then I could reflect on some of my studies. Do you know what I mean? I would love to be able to reflect on my studies instead and kind of spend these 9 months kind of just going crazy in my books. But it seems like that's not going to be the case for moi. Are people cutting people off? So, I mean, this Shirley and Ernesto thing is very interesting. I don't think it's quite over yet. I think there's going to be a bigger finale to this whole thing, because it's just something, I just feel like, you know what I mean, if you've been watching the internet for a while, when things start brewing, honey, when the things start cooking, there's usually a bigger presentation afterwards, you know what I mean? So I don't know what's gonna happen, but it's quite interesting. I hear that this woman is on the verge of divorcing him, and it seems like she just started this proceeding, even though he's been in jail for over a year and some change. But maybe that's when the love aspect plays into it or whatever, when it kind of takes some time to kind of come to terms with what's really going on and what your life has come to and what decisions that you might have to make, right? So, I don't know. I can't judge this woman. It's her husband. I would like to assume that it wasn't always like this. But it's just scary for me, being a single woman, knowing how men could be so manipulative and have an agenda for you before things start really popping off. You know what I mean? Like, when I say that, I mean like they have like they spot you, like you are their victim, you know what I mean? They spot you. They spot you, see your weakness, and just move on it, you know what I mean? And it seems like from what the girls are saying online or whatever, that it's been about Shirley's money. She's been funding this whole thing, essentially, without even, maybe she realizes it, maybe she doesn't. Because apparently he's just a scammer, it seems like. It's just really sad. The whole situation is just really sad, and it just makes me think like, yo, you gotta keep your eyes open, especially nowadays. I don't know how long they've been married, but especially nowadays, women need to be careful. Not just women though, even men need to be careful too about who you sleeping with. Try to keep your eyes open when you sleep with somebody or whatever, because you don't know, they might be plotting on you. They might be living a whole other lifestyle behind your back, right? A lifestyle that you're funding with a whole other chick. Like, he has a whole girlfriend. That's documented. That's crazy. You know? And I don't know. It just bothers me, because I feel I know how easy it is to get got like that. I've never gotten got to that extreme, but I've been tricked out in these streets. Yeah, somebody kind of present themselves one way, and as the, you know, the thing starts to unravel or whatever, you're like, but again, it's like a couple months into it, you start to see like, hold on, something's not adding up here. Hold on a second. That's when you start to take a step back, like, what's really going on here? You know what I mean? So I don't know how you marry somebody, stay with somebody for umpteen years, just to find out that they literally are not the person at all that you've been sleeping with. Now, it would be different if it was a situation where, and I think she knows some of it, I think she was just okay with having him come home at night. Because I don't understand how you could be in a relationship, because in my mind, marriage is something like you become one, you share everything, right? So even if somebody's hiding something because you guys share everything else, it shouldn't take you that, I'm assuming, I don't know, remember, Steve, I need you. I'm assuming it would take you, it shouldn't take you long to figure out, like, hold on, yo, what are you doing? This is not what we're doing, you know what I mean? Or this don't make sense, or where'd this money go, or where'd this money come from? Why are you starting this business but don't actually have a business? Why are you doing this, don't have that? Do you know what I mean? Unless she's just a complete airhead and he was just running everything. But from what I understand, also, she makes good money. So I don't understand how an airhead could be so successful. So these are like the questions. I got a lot of questions. And I don't think I'm ever gonna get the answers. Well, maybe I will eventually when we find out the finale of this Shirley Strawberry and Ernesto saga. Man, oh man, ladies, and be careful. Be careful with your coochie and be careful with your purse strings, okay? And then, like, let me tell y'all something random. I got this, I'm thinking about it now, I got this kind of like silent beef with this crosswalk guy. It's so weird. So I am about to record the crossing guard, who's been basically harassing me for quite some time now.